we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight.
Welcome to Michelle's Life on Repeat. I'm Michelle. I have chronic illnesses and I try not to let that get me down. I keep my hands and my mind busy while playing with my orchids, reading books, and doing things around the house. Join me as I repot 4 of my most recent purchases of orchids. I know I said I would repot these later, but I'm just curious. I can't wait. So I'm gonna undo the Vanda since I know it shouldn't really have a whole lot of issues. But it's got a dead root. 2, 3, 4, 5, wow. 1 good root there. Gonna have to cut off those mushy ones. This one. So yeah, I'll have to get my scissors sterilized, but this one's growing well. These ones are searching out life. So I'll be right back. Alright, got my rubbing alcohol. Sterilize the scissors. I'm thinking I might fit it in here. I have 2 others in glass and they get air circulation, but they get water every once in a while. So they don't need to necessarily hang. I don't have a hanger for them. I'm going to cut off the dead roots. Give this guy hope to keep growing. And since I'm at it, I can see that the crown here, it's a little green and solid and then brown and dead. So I'll cut it at the green and solid line. And that's a good growing tip on the ends. I'm going to cut into the rhizome here just to make sure there's no fusarium. And it's all green. If it was purple ring around, then it would be needing treatment. What I'm going to do is put some cinnamon on the end there. Let these dry out because they are still kind of wet. They don't smell too old. Oh, they've fallen apart in my hand. So I'll put new bark in there. Maybe some lava rocks. Something to retain a little bit of water. But I'll give her a spray down with peroxide. Make sure there's no snails. Let her sit. And because I overwater my plants too much, I am going to wait on soaking these in some good nutrition. I'm just going to let them probably go 3 or 4 days before I give them a good watering. I can get that in there. Maybe I will soak this one root so I can get it to swirl downward.
You make me nervous. I think I might be hooked on you. All of the things you said to me, it seems like you like me too.
All right, plant number 2. The Phaiocalanthe Kryptonite. I peeled the little bit of that dead leaf off. Doesn't look the greatest underneath, so I'm hoping the inside's not too bad. But that's where the growth was, and it looks like it's rotted. But I'll have to take all the green moss and the underlaying moss out. I didn't want to do it really while she was in bloom, so I might just take some of the layer off the top so that these don't rot any higher up on the bulb. There's another growth in the back. I don't know if you can see him there, but I'm just going to take a pinch off the top, give it some air. It's really soggy. I think I'll repot her after the spike turns into flowers. I'm sure she has a plug in the middle. So there's some new roots. There's also some old roots down in here. Back in that one. That gives a little more air around the side, and this one is snug. I'll put her in this one. Give her a little bit more air. Give this a cleaning. Now I'm going to push those little new roots that are trying to come up down, just to encourage them to go down. Find the bottom of the container. And I will pack some fresh moss on top lightly, just to keep it tight. But this won't need to be watered for a good week, probably. Just want it a little wet. They'll get tons of water from what's already in there, just to make it pliable a bit.
You make me nervous. I think I might be hooked on you.
And I'm just gonna hope that that's all it needs for now. See if that little guy will grow better. Number 3. Go with this long one, tall one. Shumbumi. Purple rain. This is the one with the really tall spike. And again, I don't want to disturb it much because she's hopefully gonna bloom for us, but it is very soggy, and so I need to lift it out, just see what's going on, and then try to do something with it.
I think I might be stuck on you. I love the things you did for me, it seems like you're dropping clues. There's no
That little bit of moss on the top, it's still very, very wet in the middle, and I'm sure there's a plug from its seedling days, but I am just taking off some of the algae on the top. Don't want to disturb it much, just so I can peek at the roots a little bit. And they all look really healthy. So I am going to put her back in and then repot her when she is done blooming.
We were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to
And
be.
I'll put a layer of
Oh, we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. So just sit with me, talking through the night into the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer to me.
the Dorthy Elliott Fuchsia Fire.
Be up waiting for you if you had to leave.
This one came in bark.
I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea.
And it does have a
Wanna say
root or two stuck to the edge. So
that I love
it's wet and it's pliable.
you, seal the deal. I just wanna
Just see that? Some good ones. Then there's some dead ones.
love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause I love
All right, plant number 4. You guys on the other end of the camera can't smell, but my husband has started a fire in the fire pit and it smells like vacation. It's our own back door. So I've compiled together some loose bark. I am down to just a few pieces. I had to dig around in my tub. Also some sphagnum moss. There's a little bit of pumice stone in there. There's a couple pieces of charcoal bits. And going to check out the roots here, what needs to be trimmed. We'll put her in here when she's done. Rubbing alcohol. Cut this big one back to right where it's green still. Unfortunately, all that is pretty much dead.
If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just
I'm not going to try to take the pieces of bark off of the root. It might damage it. Well, some of them just fall off, but again, we have another mob of dead roots. When I push on them, they're mushy. They feel like flat paper. But the top of the root feels good. So I'll go halfway. They're still brown. I'll go a little bit more. It's a tinge of green. I think I'll go right up above that knot. We have a good root growing. 1, 2, 3, 4. These ones coming out the top are good. Don't know if you got a good view of this. So one of our favorite things to do is sit on the porch with the campfire. Well, we'd love to go camping, but we don't have a camper. And it works in our backyard. This lovely long root is also kind of gone. She squishes. But there is some green to her, so I'm just going to hope that half of it might come back on me. Peel the little bit of peeling back. Makes it look a little prettier, but just to check for bugs. I have never, crossed my fingers, knock on wood, opened a box from an online nursery and received bugs. So I'm glad for that. The unwelcome guests. And you know, I ordered a new bag of potting, they're not bricks, potting bark. And it will probably come after I finish these repottings. So I'll have to order more, I guess. So this little one, I believe, is the first growth that it ever had. There's this little bulb. They're all nice and hard. They're not thirsty, desiccated. Just some of those roots a little too soft. So today in July marks the new me. I will water less. Really, I will. Because I'm tired of telling myself I'm overwatering, but still watering. Okay, rinse her off one more time. Some hydrogen peroxide just in case there's a bug slug smell. That will evaporate and just turn into water. So I'm gonna put her in.
This is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go.
Washed out, and I sprayed it with hydrogen peroxide to make sure if there was any smells, something. Yeah, it's all
This is everything.
It's all quite dead.
With you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. This is everything. With you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. 2 a.m. in the car playing our favorite song. Turn it up, windows down, we sing along. The summer night has just begun.
Here's all 4 of them. And what I do now is, there's way up, there's that one. What I do now is I just lightly treat the leaves with some neem oil. Spray.
Sick in the morning, baby, don't leave.
Have a great weekend, a great week. Get some relaxing in.